Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show tonight. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Generally Irritable this Friday evening. You may notice I'm a little late. I'm a little low energy too. I went and got some Red Bull. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I'm late. I was just feeling really tired and just really low energy. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Red Bull and I don't care. So that's what I did. So I'm starting a little late. Sorry, people. Hello, Brian. Hello. Welcome to the show tonight, Brian. We're going to be running the show a little bit differently than usual tonight. I've done this a couple times before. Where we just take a little break from the usual stuff, right? So you'll notice there's nobody on the screen next to me. Normally I have a guest, no guest with me tonight. I would have wrangled my husband into being on the show with me tonight. Everybody loves it when Benjamin's on with me, but he's in Texas and I'm in Vermont. And it's lame. I think that might be why I'm low energy. I really miss my husband. We'll probably talk about some of that tonight. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do now. I'm just sort of winging it. So I called tonight's episode Checking In with the Fam. Like we did before, because this is really just an opportunity for me to hang out with my viewers, see what you guys are up to, what are you thinking about, what's on your mind. I am going to share a couple of cool things that are going on, a little bit of information about people who have sponsored us or helped us along the way, and just some random stuff. So feel free to put in the chat section. Oh, let me see. I got to do something over here. Feel free to put something in the chat section. Ask me a question if you've got one. Let me know what's on your mind. Why can't I see the chat? Oh, here. Okay. I just had my friend Travis Jones do a whole tune-up on my computer. And it's amazingly better than it was before. But Travis, if you're watching, I need you to fix something else. For whatever reason, now my second screen, when it's expanded all the way, it's like bigger than the actual screen. I don't understand it. I need help. I need it fixed. Okay. So let's see. I want to first just take a minute to thank the person who designed my flag that's in the background at our place in Texas. So some of you guys, let me see. I got to find it. I'm going to pull it up. There is a wooden flag behind me in Texas, and I had it custom made by this guy who's super awesome. It's called Wellsville Woodworks. Wellsville Woodworks. WELLSVILLE Woodworks. Let me see if I can get a picture up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm sure some of you probably remember what it is, but just for fun. Let's see. Here's one. Let's see. This is going to be like the worst episode ever. I have very low expectations. Okay. This guy. So it's hard to see a little bit, but can you see back there? Oops. That flag on the back of the screen. That is that flag right there. It is a custom made flag for me by Wellsville Woodworks. It's this guy. So he makes all kinds of really cool stuff. I brought up the photos page. You can see this is like a Texas flag, but with custom engraving in it, which is really cool. He does all these like neat things. I think they all mean so airborne. So that's probably something with like an army emblem. Forgive me for not knowing. I'm sorry. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so cool. So I specifically wanted a black and white version of the flag I got is the black and white version of the American flag. And it's the Betsy Ross flag. So it's got 1776 as in our founding, right? And I wanted it specifically to match with the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence that I have. My mom actually gave me these two parchments years ago. And so I finally had them framed. So I was like, I want that to be the backdrop of my show. So I'm really excited. I just wanted to share that. I've been meaning to do that forever, and I keep forgetting. So I'm going to do that. So just to get us started tonight and get people all fired up, people ask me a lot how I ended up getting involved in politics in Vermont. And, why are you so mad? Why do you hate the city so much? What's going on? And when I tell people the story about what's happening with our house here in Vermont, their mind is blown. And it's a perfect example of why I call myself a small government conservative. Conservative means a lot of things to people, but for me, more than anything, I'm more of an originalist. I think our government should be pared way back to maybe we should keep some of the stuff that we've gotten since the founding. Maybe the FDA and the CDC and things have a purpose. But I think some of those things are far outside of the reach that they should be. They have far too much power. As many of you know, they're what is called the unelected fourth branch of government. So it's just a bunch of bureaucrats deciding things for us. I think that's a problem. So I'm a small government conservative. So I moved back to Vermont in 2018. I'm from here, born and raised. I grew up in Milton. I graduated BFA St. Albans. I graduated from Champlain College. I'm a Vermonter. Moved to Texas, then LA, and then moved back to Vermont to buy my grandparents' house. Oh, hey, fish and chimps. I see your question there. I'm going to get to it in just a second. So I moved back here to buy my grandparents' triplex in Burlington. And right away, we ran into problems. So we had the appraisal done by the bank. The appraiser called the city and said, oh, I have this triplex at 251 Stanford Road. And the city said, oh, no, that's a duplex. And she said, oh, no, it's a triplex. And the city said, no, it's supposed to be a duplex. There's a problem. Oh, by the way, Erica and Lynn, your property is non-conforming and you have to spend more than $50,000 to renovate that property into a duplex from a triplex like it has been since the 1960s. We said, no, we're not going to do that. And so we started, arguing with the city about it. And we thought for sure that this was a no-brainer. The house has been this way for 60 plus years. It's been in the family for that long. Code enforcement says our building is a triplex. The city assessor's office, the city assessor's office. So we've been taxed as a triplex for the last 60 years. Every other department in the city of Burlington knows that this property is a triplex and has been for decades, except zoning somehow. And what they said is because we're in a low density residential neighborhood, we would have had to have gotten a special permit or whatever to have a triplex here. Because it's not supposed to be more than a duplex in a low density residential. So we went back and we looked through all the documents, and there's no original building permit either. So by the city's logic, this whole house is also illegal because there's no building permit. So it's really stupid. And hold on one second. I'm going to take my bottom retainer out. I've got Invisalign braces and it just makes it so much harder to talk. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So this is stupid. We're going through court. The city says, oh, well, there's a statute of limitations of 15 years. And the city says, well, it doesn't apply to you. And we say, well, what are you talking about? Well, the statute of limitations only applies to the structure and not the use. So every time you use the property in a non-conforming way, it is a violation, and therefore the statute of limitations doesn't kick in. So we could have a triplex as long as we didn't use it as a triplex. And as long as we didn't use it as a triplex for more than 15 years, then whatever, which is stupid. And you'll find out more why. That comes later. So our attorney, John Franco, who I had on a few weeks ago, also had another client who was fighting the same thing with the city. And they went to the Supreme Court. So this landlord was like, screw you. No, we're taking this all the way to court. So they win, right? So they go to court, they argue in front of the judges, and they say this use versus the structure. And so I think the judge said, or somebody said, oh, so I could have had a deck in my backyard, out my back door. And as long as I didn't use the deck, it was fine for it to be there. And the city's argument was yes, which is clearly stupid. And the statute of limitations clearly is meant to apply to the whole building, the structure, and the use, because duh. So the city is looking for all of these ridiculous loopholes. They're like manipulating law to figure out just to what extent and how far they can push state supremacy over private property. And those are not my words. Those are the words of another real estate attorney in town. So not ours, John Franco, although he is well familiar with how special the city is being and how much they're trying to infringe on private property rights. But so he wins at the Supreme Court, right? We should be in the clear. That was their argument. 15-year statute of limitations were in the clear. Let's go. Wrong-o. They come back with another problem. They say, oh, well, you know, it looks like the gas bill was a little low for a couple of months, or the electric bill was low for a couple of months, and therefore it looks like it was unoccupied. And because it was unoccupied for more than 60 days, you've lost your special use permit as a triplex. And we said, well, we're not disputing that. We renovated one of the units. It's a brand new apartment, new floors, new bathroom, new appliances, everything. It's basically a brand new efficiency apartment. And how else were we to do that if not when it was vacant? So do you want us to upkeep our property and keep things nice for our tenants? Or do you want us to just burn and churn people in and out and not care at all about how good it is? That's the city's argument now. So now we're going to the Supreme Court. So it's been 2.5 years that we have been in court with the city of Burlington. We were going to do the efficiency upgrades that they're mandating. They're trying to mandate now that landlords do for efficiency because of climate change and all that other stuff. And we were going to do all that. But we've spent so much in attorney fees that we can't afford to do some of the projects to upgrade the property, not only for ourselves, but for our tenants to make it better. So the city is actually, that says that they're for tenants and for people, actually get in the way of us landlords actually being able to take care of our tenants and take care of our properties. It's really amazing. So that's what, in case anybody's wondering why I hate the city of Burlington so much and why I think they're so stupid, that's why. They literally have an attorney chasing us down. A family, 4 generations have lived in this house in the New North End of Burlington. 4 generations. And they're making it so that we're going to have to sell and be done with it. Because who wants to deal with this crap? I can't even have my own house. I don't have control over who I can or cannot rent to. The fact that the city even thought that getting rid of no cause evictions was a good idea is stupid. I know I'm not supposed to talk like that. I'm not supposed to, call people stupid. I'm supposed to like be nice so that I can work with people. But that is frankly just stupid. And anybody who thinks otherwise clearly has never had to suffer or struggle in their life. I was having a conversation with a gal from my church this weekend. Great lady, has some severe pain issues from a car accident, I think. So she's got chronic pain issues, and she is on disability. And so that limits where she can live because of her income and the support that she gets and whatnot. And so she's stuck in a dumpy apartment building with a bunch of trashy people who are awful to her. And so she complains to the landlord, but the way that these people behave is not necessarily criminal. It's just disgusting and nasty. They're just nasty people. But getting rid of no cause evictions means that landlord would have to continue renting to those people, even though they harass and bully the other tenants in the building. How is that a win? Particularly for the people that you say you care about that are low income, vulnerable communities. What does that say about you? It's bullcrap. Brian Wright, you are correct. It is unconstitutional. It's ridiculous. Okay, so let's see. Fish and chips. I told you I was going to get back to you. Fish and chips. Let's see. Do you think Vermont would turn over ownership and conservation of state land to local indigenous tribes? If Vermont is about equity, then they would be on board with returning the land. Oh, that is interesting. I think they are doing that. I think there is actually legislation. I don't know if it's passed yet or not. If anybody knows, put it in the chat. I believe they are looking to pass legislation to give land specifically to Black and indigenous people, specifically, not white people. So like anybody but white people, the state wants to give land to. I think that is a thing. Good question. So that's why I hate the city of Burlington, and why I think they're so stupid. And I think it's ridiculous because you know that our mayor is a developer and he's friends with developers, and there's stuff that gets by and passes that normal, small, regular landlords like us cannot get away with. And it's also just absolutely, oh my God, I could go on and on about how ridiculous it is to be a landlord in Burlington. A lot of the property owners in Burlington are huge property owners that own 400 or 500 units or bedrooms in the city or more. And that's really the only way that you can do it and have it make sense, because it costs so much money. Taxes are super high. Upkeep is high, especially if you have crappy tenants who trash your stuff. You have to be able to leverage one unit against another. And you can only do as much repair as you can do based on how much you can actually make. Those people might be swimming around in a pool of Scrooge McDuck money, but I know that we aren't. You should see this. Bob says you should see the slums our city attorney owns in Barrie. Oh, really? That's not good. That is not good. I don't want to be a slumlord. I don't want to be a slumlord. But don't put so many barriers in my way that I end up having to be a slumlord. If I can't kick people out, if I have to keep going to court for stupid crap that doesn't matter, then it is going to be a slum. And it's going to be y'all's fault. You, City Council, Burlington. If you guys, hey, folks, today was the deadline for committee and commission applications, but I bet they would still take them if you ask on Monday. They were due at 4 p.m. I posted about it. A link. Go apply for these committees and commissions. That is where all of the decisions are made in governance. It's a bunch of people who sit around and plan what they're going to do and then go to city council with the plan, and then the council either votes on it or, votes yay or nay. All of the governance happens in these committees of unelected bureaucrats. Sound familiar? Go, apply. If you're in Burlington, apply for multiple of them because you might not get one. I did. This is my serious face. I just realized my pocket is hanging out. Luckily, you can't see it in the camera. Okay. Okay, we talked about Mr. Robert Hill from Wellsville Woodworks. Talked about suit against Burlington. Lots of suits going on right now. Lots of lawsuits going on right now, which I really like to see. I think everyone should sue the state, the city, the county, whoever you can sue, whatever government agency you can sue for being nonsense, do it. Work together, do it pro se, or, representing yourself. The more of us that fight back, because this is the thing, is we're at the point now where there's so many layers of bureaucracy, and then the common law system where ruling and precedent all decide what is going to happen. We have to just sue the crap out of people. I'm serious. We probably need like a generation who's got kids that you can push to be to go to law school, to be like civil rights attorneys for us. Like for real. That's really, we need to raise up an army of attorneys. We should start a conservative scholarship fund for attorneys and then make them fight for us. I think that's a really good idea. They're all geared up for the 2030 agenda. What's the 2030 agenda? I haven't heard of this. Let's see. If they, Fish and Chimp says, if they only build high-end apartments and condos, the only people that would be left in the renters pool would be middle to lower, and landlords would naturally compete to lower prices. That is actually, I think I read that correctly. That's what I have said. So that's actually what's happening now, is all that's being built is high-end apartments. Everybody touted these ones down here on North Avenue. Oh, look at those. But they're one bedrooms and whatever. Like, it was so great. Their one bedrooms are like $1,500 or more with a few affordable housing units mixed in. So here's the thing, is when you start having makeshift rent control, which is what affordable housing mandates is, it is rent control. It's just done differently, right? So you have to build so many affordable units. Well, that means in order to make up the difference in cost, in order to make up my investment for building this building or for owning it and doing all this other stuff, I have to make all of the other units super high end. So now I have the wealthy elite and the poor who serve them living in the same building. And isn't that just so convenient for said wealthy elite? Oh, we pity you. We're going to let you stay here and give you a place to live because we're so generous. No, how about you just build apartment buildings and let people make money off of it? Because the only way people will invest millions and millions and millions of dollars is if they can make a profit. Affordable housing units cost like in Vermont cost like $500,000 to build or more. It's absolutely outlandish. It is absolutely outlandish. So speaking of absolutely outlandish, National Public Radio. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. I was a card-carrying liberal. I was a contributing member to multiple public radio stations. I have a WNYC tote bag. I have a Radio Lab tote bag. I have a Car Talk tote bag. I had some other kind of VPR mug at some point. I've got a water bottle. That one was from, KPCC in California. Okay. I've been everywhere I lived, member of NPR. So then this is part of my walk away story. So I tell people that when the fake news becomes about you, like that, when you realize that you can't trust the media when the fake news becomes about you. So I've had that happen for sure. But at first it was more just, you realize fake news when they're reporting on stuff that you happen to have firsthand knowledge about. So I have a family member who works for Border Patrol in South Texas. And so back in 2017, 2018, 2016, but especially like 2017 into 2018, or no, 18 into 19, because it was when I moved back from Vermont, or excuse me, moved back to Vermont. NPR and a lot of the media was saying, there's no crisis at the border. There's no crisis at the border. Donald Trump is a liar. There's no crisis at the border. And I was like, I have family in Border Patrol, and I've lived in Texas and Southern California and Arizona, actually, Phoenix. But mostly I've heard horror stories from my family member in Border Patrol. There most certainly is a humanitarian crisis. There is a crisis at the border. There are awful people taking advantage of sick, suffering, and poor people who are coming here. It's gross. It's disgusting. The drug cartels are animals. Yes, that's right. I called them animals because they are. They murder people and they don't care. And you don't see it. Like Vermonters, very sheltered. Especially Vermonters are very sheltered from that. And then the people in LA and Hollywood were very sheltered from the reality of the border in their state. They're just so focused on themselves and navel gazing that they don't actually understand what's going on in the rest of the world. And so I just remember when I moved back that winter, a woman who was a mentor of mine said to me, we started talking about the border, and I said that, I have family in South Texas. Are you sure that you know better than I do about what is true about what's happening on our border? And she looked me dead in the eye and she said, I wish you had never moved to Texas. I was like, that was hurtful. But that is the level of insanity that we're dealing with, and the level of the extent of the unwillingness to look at what is true, especially from people in places like Vermont, has been really astonishing to me. And that is part of my walk away story, right? So I was like, oh my God, how is it possible that these people have no idea what is happening? I think a lot of people are in this little bubble up here, and they don't actually know people from the South. They don't actually know people in the military. They don't actually know people who are police, so they don't really understand or have the capacity to even walk 10 yards in someone else's shoes because they've had it so easy and they've never struggled, right? This is how you can think no cause evictions are a good thing. You must have never struggled or had any problems or been around, lived with people who sucked. Like a lot of this stuff to me, a lot of the policy that I'm seeing coming out of the city of Burlington and the state of Vermont is really from sheltered people who don't have relationships or many relationships with people who are culturally or ideologically different than them. They're very ignorant and misguided. It's very easy to think lofty things and go, oh, well, we just want to be good and kind and love everybody and everybody have a chance and everyone is just the victim of society and they've just had their feelings hurt and we just need to love them. I mean, that's great and all. Yeah, cool. But it doesn't really work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Humans don't work that way. You cannot give every crook a puppy and some hugs and they're fine. It doesn't work that way. And there are some people who are legitimately just sick people who have had nothing happen to them except just life. So, Alfred says, people here in Vermont rarely leave the county. If they leave the state, it's for a vacation. They never get off the tour bus. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And it's easy to do. I say that. It used to be easy to do when Burlington didn't suck And when Vermont wasn't locked down, I'm sorry, I shouldn't use such strong language. Burlington doesn't suck. But it used to be a lot cooler when there was concerts and jazz fests and all kinds of things to do. And you could go on vacation and you could go hiking and biking and all this stuff. And you could go to all these fun events and even go to Montreal or New York City or Boston for a big concert or for a big show or Broadway or whatever. But you can't do any of that stuff anymore. Coming back a few weeks ago was harsh. For real. In Texas, I mean, there's still a lot of people wearing masks, and there are some places you still have to wear masks, but I go to my doctor's office without a mask and have been for months. I could probably go into just about any store and not be bothered about wearing a mask because nobody gives. People are a lot more free and about liberty there. Now, Austin's been taken over by people that are not from there, so that's kind of a problem, but it's weird. Like, get out, people. There's a great big world out there outside of New England, and it's not scary. They won't hurt you. Well, I mean, some places might. If you go to some of these cities like Baltimore or New York City that have had like a 300% spike in murders or whatever it is, maybe don't go there. But, you know, we had people ask who was it? Asked Benjamin if he was from the racist part of Texas. They are the nicest, sweetest people down there. I mean, you have your jerk faces, but I've encountered way more jerks up here in Vermont than I have in Texas. And sure, there are racists down there, just like there are racists up here. Just like there are good people and kind people and loving people and Christians and Muslims and Jews and every other kind of person. Oh, I just wish you got to actually be around multicultural people. I wish people in Vermont got to actually be in a multicultural community that's not just like professional victims. So you could see that like Black people don't need your pity. Hispanic people don't need your pity. They don't. All of our friends and our family bust their butt. They work hard. And they don't need you to feel sorry for them because they're kicking butt and taking names. It's the soft bigotry of low expectations up here is really astonishing. Okay. I'm working on a new website. Let's see. My website from the campaign, ericareddick.com. I'm gonna share my screen again. So I'm working on my website. Who out there knows how to build websites and wants to be part of the team? Okay, this is just like a regular website, standard that you can buy from your host or whatever. I've got my schedule on here now. I cannot, it's in military time. I have no idea why. I can't figure out how to fix it. But if you're a web developer and you want to help me with this, then it would be awesome. Because I also have some products to sell soon. Ooh, they've been delivered to Texas. So when I get back next Friday, I should be able to have like at least show one of them in the live stream. But anyway, so I'd like to add a page to sell tchotchkes and the stuff that we got ordered. So yeah, it would be good to have somebody who legit knows how to do websites. And yeah, it would really help a lot. It would really contribute to the channel and the work we can get done. So here's home. Here's something from the campaign, but also just a little hashtag I started in a speech I did for the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment. Let's see. This is a thing I started, myths about conservatives. So I should probably add some more. These were all on the 7 days ad that I did for the Senate campaign, but I think I should actually make this a series. So there's a spot to sign up for newsletter. That'll be forthcoming. And then here's the stuff from my Senate campaign. I just moved it all to one page. All of these links go to my Patreon page. Dun, 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 dun. So, yeah, donate. Help out the channel. Help us out. Let's see. What else should we show on here? Homepage. Mm-hmm. So there's the spot for the newsletter. Again, these are the events and public appearances. So here's the show tonight. Then I'm speaking on Sunday at Letty Park. John Clark is hosting an event called COVID versus the Constitution. And he asked me to speak. So that'll be a fun event. I am debating going to something on Saturday. There are a ton of events at the State House on Saturday. I might attend. I don't know. I really want to, but it has been super, like I said, it's just been crazy busy these last couple weeks. So the blog, it just connects you to my YouTube website or YouTube channel, which I'm going to have to do something about. I got my first community guideline strike with the show last Saturday. I had on the plaintiffs that are suing the Governor Scott, Health Commissioner Levine, and Attorney General TJ Donovan. I had one of the plaintiffs on to talk about the case, and I was removed. It was removed for medical misinformation, but they would not tell me what exactly was said that was misinformation, especially given that we were actually quoting from the health department and CDC and stuff like that, but whatevs. So we got to do something about it. Thank you for the congratulations. Is it Rye? Is it Ray? How do you pronounce your name? It looks like Rye, but I'm guessing that it's pronounced differently. You got to spell it phonetically for me in the chat. Yeah, I did feel like it was a badge of honor. I was like, yeah, now I'm legit. I'm getting pulled down for saying things that are true and verifiable and obvious, like the bread. Okay, I was right. Okay, thank you. Short for Ryan. Oh, got it. Well, rye bread is one of my favorites. So Ryan, either way, it's a good name. So yeah, funny enough though, I hate to give Facebook any kind of credit, but they didn't take the video down. They didn't take it down. Only YouTube did. So I think that's good. Make t-shirts. You think I should make t-shirts? What should the t-shirts say? And will you design it? That's the key. So yes, I will happily sell t-shirts. Make a design for me and we'll consider it and we'll get some ordered. You got a deal. That's my new thing now. Whenever anybody says, oh, you should totally do this. I'm like, how about you do it? And I will support you in that thing. Because it's a lot. Like, it's a really lot. Oh, for the community guideline strikes? Ooh, okay. So t-shirts for the community guideline strike, like it's a badge of honor. Maybe it could be a t-shirt that looks like it's got a badge, like over here on the... Is that where you put badges? On the left breast, left chest over here, something like that? That would be funny. Somebody write that down. Design it. I'll sell it. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. So there was the website. I talked about that, about what's on Sunday. And just, mentioned it a couple times here. We are looking for people to help out with the channel. I would love to do more. My accounting business, you guys, is booming. So this is really good. This is not a complaint. So please don't hear it as a complaint. My business has doubled since November of last year. And so I've hired somebody and then we're hiring somebody else. She's going to help me manage the other people that we're hiring. We really have been very blessed. So, and my husband's career is taking off. So not only is the channel starting to take off, where I want to be able to do more. I want to be able to do the short little rants I used to do that I would edit together. I did a couple of comedic shorts last year, and I want to be able to do more of that. But I'm building the accounting business now, hopefully to be able to provide some passive income in the future. So if I can hire people, get it set up right, then I'll be able to spend a little bit more time with politics and doing the stuff that I really love. And in the meantime, we need support. So I might even be able to pay somebody something a little bit, but we need website, we need graphic designers, people who write would be awesome. I'm trying to think. There's other stuff that I was thinking about. Hold on. We're going to go look. So graphics people, videographers, researchers, editors, and writers. So if I can just edit, I can shoot a really quick, quippy rant or whatever, but then editing it is a whole other thing. So if you have editing skills, that'd be awesome. If you have comedic skills or comedic skit, short type ideas, we can produce them. And we have cameras and sound and all the equipment to do it. But it takes a team. So if you want to be on the generally irritable team, holler at your girl. Oh, excellent. I just got a note. Carol applied for the Board of Tax Appeals. That's awesome. I love it. I sent everyone I knew that lived in Burlington a message telling them that basically they need to go apply for the committees and commissions. And if they don't, they're a chicken. Is that guilt? Is that passive aggressive, or is that just aggressive? I basically said, if you don't take responsibility for your community, everything that sucks about it is your fault. Oh, I'm busy. So is everybody. Literally, so is everybody. I was just talking about it. I'm blessed to be busy. I have been blessed by the Lord with a good business, good job, good career, beautiful family, a beautiful home, and lots to do. Not a complaint. Also, it's my responsibility to take responsibility for my community and not obfuscate it to some stupid government officials who can't do it anyway. Okay. I'm trying to decide what day of the week to do the show on. Does anybody have an opinion about what day of the week to do the show on? I was having it on Mondays, and people were like, oh, it interferes with city council. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's true. And I want to be able to go to that too. But Friday nights is hard because it's Friday night. Everybody's busy doing stuff. So we get a lot less. I mean, love y'all for being on today, viewing, hanging out with me. We get a lot less viewers and a lot less interaction on Friday nights. And I'm thinking technically I could do this during the day. I guess I could do it on the weekend. I don't love that idea, but I could. It also just people have to be available. So I think that's one of the reasons I don't do it during the day is whoever my guest is has to be available. And not everybody has as flexible a schedule as I do. So evening sort of makes sense. What do you guys think? Is there a day of the week? Is there time of day? This is so gross. Benjamin, if you're watching, you should send me some excess. We get this energy drink called Excess from Amway. They're energy drinks, but it's mostly B vitamins and actually like good healthy stuff. So you get a little bit of a wake up, but you don't crash because it's not full of whatever this crap is. Like, what is this? Niacinamide, pyridoxine, HCI. What in the crap? And isn't there like guarana and aspartame? Oh, that's good for me. Taurine. Like, this can't be good for you. So Excess, really good, super good flavors, tons of different flavors. Probably costs about the same, couple bucks a can or something like that. If you're interested, holler at me and I'll send you a link because we sell the crap. Let's see. Saturdays are good, probably late afternoon or early evening. Thursday is a decent night as far as competing against other podcasts and such. See, Brian, that's what I'm talking about. Because then I'm like, oh, like what time? Because then they like, I think I had it on later at one point. My mom asked me that earlier. She said, didn't you used to have it on at 8? And I said, I don't think so. But then I realized I was competing with some other shows that people like. All that stuff is crap. Are you talking about my Red Bull? It is gnarly. It's terrible. I'm totally gonna regret it. But it's delicious when you're like, it's weirdly like disgusting and delicious at the same time. That's got to be some scientists were in a lab and they were like, we're going to put a bunch of chemicals together that's going to make people's bodies freak out. But we have to figure out the sweetness and flavor palette to then also make it addictive. It's wild. Don't drink that poison. Olga, come on. That's niacin. Oh, I said something that was not. What did I say? What's niacin? One of those words that I said? The niacinamide. Is that some like synthetic version of niacin or something like that? Yes, make me some tea. Is there really? I don't know, dude. I've drank tea before. It does not give me any kind of giddy up. I don't know if it's because I drink too much coffee and so it just doesn't affect me. I don't know. Is that a thing? It's gut rotten. Gut rot. I'm sure it's not good for my heart either. I've got water too. I actually had a problem with energy drinks a while ago, and I haven't had any in weeks and weeks and weeks. Ooh, I have liquid B complex. We can add that. Ooh, this sounds exciting. Does it taste weird? What does liquid B complex taste like? Okay, Christina says, my blog posts get the best response between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Facebook. See, that makes sense. If I started at, I was thinking 7 was a good time because that's 6 o'clock when I'm in Texas. So it's still doable. Like I can end my day and get started and it's not, stop distracting me, Olga. Pee tastes like pee? But wait, are you saying B vitamins taste like pee? Is that what you're saying? That's gross. I don't want pee flavor in my tea. That's not good. Oh, okay. So there's a cherry flavor. All right. I'm into it. Where are you, Veronica? I'll come get some tea. That is so funny. Oh my. Okay. So between 6 and 8. So that makes sense. And then if I start at 7, we get done at 8:30 and then it's still PT. That is so gross. You're gross. Excuse me. Now it's giving me belching. It's giving me belching. That's not belches. It's giving me gas. What is there like a, what is that? What part of belch? What part of speech would you say for making you belch? Let's do an English lesson. You guys, real talk. I'm not good with grammar, English, spelling, punctuation. I didn't fail my English classes, but I just didn't care. I just don't care. I just didn't care. So I didn't really try. It's not good. It is a shortfall. It's a shortcoming. I have to admit that. Okay, so Thursday, it's called gas. It's giving me gas. So I would just say it gives me gas. But I'm not, to me, like when I say something is giving me gas, it makes me think of farting. Why am I talking about burps and farts on my show right now? That's so ridiculous. Anyway, okay, that's amazing. Okay, so Thursday was a suggestion for the thing. I'm trying to remember why, if there was like other days that I thought were good or bad. I thought I saw somebody else say Wednesday. Tuesday, there's usually a bunch of stuff. Wednesdays, there's usually a bunch of stuff, and there's like church and things like that on Wednesday night. So I don't think Wednesday, I don't think Wednesday would work. Hold on. Rye said, a guy once broke into my store and stole 200 cans of Red Bull. Yeah, I am not sure how he sleeps at night. Oh crap. For real? That's a lot of Red Bull to steal. And that is a terrible joke. That is such a dad joke. Right. He says it's a joke, right? So 200 cans of Red Bull. Don't know how he can sleep at night. Get it? Because it's Red Bull. And also he stole some stuff. That is terrible. Okay. So, so what else? Who else is suing people? I got Ben Luna is going to come on the show next Friday. Oh, this was my other question. What kind of topics, what's going on out there right now that you guys think I should cover? Especially if there's somebody suing somebody, standing up for their rights, civil rights, constitutional rights. Hook me up with them. Like get me their contact. If there's somebody there, a bunch of people have asked me to talk to the guy from the, oh my God, the printing shop that got shut down. I've tried to reach out to that guy. I haven't heard anything back. If you can connect us, definitely do that. Again, if there's anybody else, next week I'm interviewing Ben Luna. He's an attorney in Burlington. He is suing the city over the charter change items. So basically, his contention is that it was done at minimum confusingly. The way, like the numbers and identifiers don't match up with what was on the city website as to what got mailed out to people. And then it was a wholly other thing on the ballot. And then it was really confusing. Yeah. Mike, do so. Is that how you, somebody, yeah. How do you say that? Somebody spell it phonetically. Do so. I'm sure it's not desaltazils like it looks. It's got to be some French name. I totally just lost my train of thought. Luna City charter changes. So he's going to be on next Friday. I'm excited to discuss that guy. Desatel. Desatel. Thank you, Susan. Desatel. Yeah. Have him holler at your girl. I'll have him on. I even tried calling there. Are they like shut down? Because I actually tried calling the store to get, I just got a bunch of stuff printed. Like I said, I'm going to have some swag available. Some generally irritable swag is going to be available next week. And I was going to have him do it. And I couldn't get through to the store. No one answered. That's crazy. Okay, Veronica says, this is where I need to be. I have people in Virginia I was working with, and they're pushing me to do work here. What kind of work? You drove by yesterday and it was totally closed? Dude, that sucks. See, I wonder if we can get him some help in the suit against the city. Fighting CPS, critical race theory, medical freedoms. Tell me how I can help. Oh, Veronica, I know. Are you going to any of the events tomorrow down in Montpelier? I know some of the gals, like Susan Bowen is going to be down there from Health Choice Vermont. I think for the 802 Freedom event, which is, let's see if we can find that. Oh, Mike's going to be speaking in Montpelier tomorrow. Which event in Montpelier tomorrow? Because there's like a bajillion of them. Let's see. Let's see if we can find 802 Freedom on Facebook here. Let's see. He moved his store. Oh, where did he move it to? Okay, tomorrow the 802 Freedom is at 2:30 p.m. on the lawn. Yep. Okay. Thank you, Susan. Awesome. Let's see. I think I can put a link in this. Okay, here's a link to the event on Facebook. Does it give a... Oh, is it not going to preview it? That's dumb. Oh, I'm supposed to be showing this. Hold on. Share the screen. Share the screen. Share the screen. Do. There's the 802 Freedom. Ooh, I'm invited. I'm going to try to go. I also need to paint one of the rooms before I leave next Friday. I'm headed back to Texas. Somewhere else in Newport. Is he just like hiding? He should put a sign up. Why isn't he answering the phone? Answer me! Why? Oh, wait. I think I'm supposed to back away from the microphone when I shout. Answer me! Did that work better? Is that more dramatic? Because I don't want to blow everybody's eardrums out. All right, there's the event. Do. Yeah, that's really dumb that it doesn't preview the event in the comment. I'm going to update that. Oh, he moved. Okay, good. Please share his new location. Yeah, why doesn't he answer the stupid phone? I even left a message on whatever stupid phone it was. Now I'm mad. Okay, where is this? 802 Freedom event. I like what 802 Freedom is doing, especially. I mean, I like what everybody's doing, but I really like the fact that they're trying to pull everybody together. I've been saying this a lot on social media recently, is there are not enough of us that are right of center. That's not your right of center. That to overcome the noise and the nonsense, like we really have to be united. And so it's funny to me because especially like the libertarians don't want to have anything to do with the social conservatives, and the social conservatives don't want to necessarily have anything to do with the libertarians, and the health freedom people don't care about the Second Amendment stuff. I'm not saying they don't care. I'm just saying like everybody's in their own little bubble, doing their own thing and caring about their pet project or their topic, whatever it is. And I say that not to be dismissive. I say pet project. That is not intended to be dismissive in any kind of way. So, but we have to absolutely work together. We have to work together to defend one another. And I truly believe that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be spending time doing outreach and educating people on what's important. But I really think if every single one of our organizations turned their attention to getting conservatives elected to office, we would be in a much better place. So here's the thing. Libertarians and social conservatives may not have a lot in common, but you do need to elect the same people. And social conservatives, I know you don't necessarily like libertarians and they have some views you don't like, but they want your rights and your freedoms and health choice and that other stuff. And so we have to work together. I mean, the fact that the left is united, and those people definitely should not get along. There are religious people who are very much against gay people who team up with gay people to fight against us. So people who would not get along on the left, they cooperate and they do everything together and they can figure it out, even though they have ideology that's different, because they need to get the same kinds of people elected to have the position of authority that they need to get done what they want to do. Why can't we do that? Why does everybody's ego have to be so big? And why do you have to feel superior to other people and not just cooperate with one another? Cut it out. It's stupid. People need to set their egos aside, and conservatives need to stop backbiting each other. I don't care who you are. I have some people that I consider friends. You're a butthole to other conservatives when you get your little feelings hurt, and it's stupid. It's really stupid. If you're a conservative and you're attacking other conservatives because they hurt your little feelings, that's stupid. We cannot afford to do that to one another. We have to stick together. If all of my people out there who are have abandoned the Republican Party, oh, it's just a bunch of rhinos, and look at who's this and who's that, and so I'm just going to go do my own thing. You know what, then? It's your fault that the Republican Party sucks. If the Republican Party in Vermont sucks, it's because of all you conservatives out there who refuse to be a part of the party. Because I'm too different, and I'm cool, and I'm not tolerating this stuff, and it's your fault we're losing then. Take ownership of your party. Start going to meetings again. Invite your friends who think that they're liberals or Democrats but don't like the way that things are going. Because here's the deal. The Republican Party is the only party that's fighting back against critical race theory and the abolish the police movement and, adding pornography to the curriculum of elementary school kids and middle school kids. Like, there is only one party who still believes in constitutional rights, constitutional authority, the rule of law, safe communities, meritocracy. And so you might think you're a liberal, and your friends that you have might think that they're liberals, but they're not anymore. Because in order to retain our civil rights, you have to be a conservative now. That's what it is. And so all of you guys with your Health Choice Vermont and your Right to Life Vermont and your, 2A, gun owners and whatever, all of us need to put all of our attention on getting conservatives elected, because we can spend all day, every day, screaming at the top of our lungs to the people who are in office now, and they will never, ever, ever listen to you. Ever. They don't care what you have to say. They don't want to hear about it. They don't care what the Constitution is. They don't care what the law is. They don't care what their authority is. They don't care. So you can keep just scraping and fighting and spending all of your attention fighting with other conservatives and arguing with the people that hold office currently, or you can spend all of your attention on getting people right of center elected to office. If we all could do that, if every single conservative in the state of Vermont could take their ego and their pride and shove it in their pocket for like 2 years, we'd have this place cleaned up in no time. Okay. I've been preaching a lot here. I haven't checked the comments. Hey, Mike, nice to see you. Are you still on? Susan, I will really try to make it tomorrow. I really, really will. Olga, you're a libertarian. You'll hang with everybody. See, that's why you're awesome. Let's see. So yeah, Mike, if you're around, I have tried to reach out to you. If you want to come on the show, happy to have you on to talk about what's going on, see how we can get you some support. Would love to do that. If you don't mind sharing your number so that we can contact you, I wanted to get some stuff printed, and I don't know what number I called, but I never got a call back. So I'm just wondering if I just got all the wrong information. So we all want to support you. Everybody that needs anything printed, they're going to call you. So if you'll share it, that'd be cool. Also, let me know if you want to come on the show. That would be fun. Yeah, dude. I really, Olga, thank you. Talk that truth. Like, I'm not the smartest person in the world, okay? But I'm a reasonably intelligent person, and I have analytical skills. That's why I'm really good at accounting, okay? Where is it? So there's this book that I got many years ago. It's a business book. It's called The One Thing. And the gist of the book, is what is in business, whatever problem that you're looking at, your business in this case was what I was looking at. It says, what is the one thing that you could do such that by doing it, you make everything else easier or unnecessary? So what is the one thing that I could do in my business, say for advertising? What is the one thing I could do from advertising my business that in doing would make everything else easier or unnecessary? And so a couple years ago, I guess, maybe it was 2019. It was 2019. I just really started praying and praying and praying and praying. And I said, God, there's all this stuff. There's 802 Freedom wasn't around then, but oh my God, John DeBruin. Oh my God. Why can I not think of his organization? I'm a terrible person. Anyway, just like what those guys are doing. There's the 2A stuff. There's the Health Choice Vermont. There's all this stuff, right? Where should I be spending my time? Where should I be spending my time? There's so many things I care about. There's so much to do, and I feel so helpless, and it's so out of control. What do I do? What do I do, God? What can we do? I just prayed. And then I remembered this book. What is the one thing? So I started praying. God, what is the one thing that I can do in politics such that in doing will make all other things unnecessary or easier? And what I came up with is get conservatives elected. This Post-it note has been sitting on my monitor at my work desk for like 2 years. Get conservatives elected. Now, that is not to say, obviously, we know this. Not all conservatives are created equal, and I get it. And we've had some people really let us down and make really terrible decisions. I was very disappointed to see the Republicans who voted to put it to the vote to add abortion to our Constitution. I'm sorry. That's stupid. That is stupid. You can be socially liberal and not think that adding abortion to our Constitution is a good idea. Give me a break. Give me an absolute break. Veronica, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in and sharing. I'm totally down to have some of your tea. Mike, awesome. So Mike, send me an email. generallyirritable@gmail.com. generallyirritable@gmail.com. Send me an email with your contact information and we'll get you scheduled to come on. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? What's going on, Kev? Will I see you at church Sunday? Dude, y'all, if anybody's out there looking for a church that is on fire, go to Ignite Church. It is not meant to be a pun that it's Ignite Church and that their symbol is a flame. And I said they're on fire, but that's pretty good. I'm going to go with that. Yeah. Ignite Church is amazing. They're on fire. Also, if you have AV skills, they could use some camera people and stuff like that too. Like all churches probably need some support. Mike, I see your message. I'm going to open up my email and copy this into a new email so I don't forget. That's why I'm telling you, email me so I don't forget. Okay, let's see. Church is great. Oh my God, aren't they fabulous? Sorry, Olga just commented on my earrings. Aren't they fabulous? They're leather. It's like the hair and hide. I have a purse I think that's what it's called, hair and hide, where it's like the soft part of the cow hide and then the leather. I'm sure I'd get like paint thrown on me here if I wore it out, but it's leather and they're so soft and fabulous. I got them at this little, well, what the heck is it? It's like an indoor flea market in Marble Falls, Texas. One of the little shops inside. Her daughter makes them. They're fabulous. Ooh. You know what? I almost bought more than one pair. I didn't. I had to stop myself. If we go back there, I wonder if I still have, Yeah, I might still have the wood at home in Texas, the little like thing that they were hanging on. If I do, I'll tell you what the name of it is so you can go look them up. Okay, so let's see. Suggestions for days of the show were Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, I'm thinking no because of church. So maybe we'll move it to Thursday. Thursday at 7:00. Does that sound good for people? Does that make sense? You were just in Texas, Susan? What were you doing down there? Besides having fun and being free, having freedom. Free. It is an open state. All right. What am I missing? What else was I going to talk about today? Oh my God. I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to fill up the time. Hopefully this wasn't the most boring episode of all time. I'm sure I've had worse episodes. Ooh, karaoke. You were in Texas to do karaoke? Like, were you there for that purpose? You were doing karaoke with your sisters. That's what you were doing. Karaoke is amazing. By the way, I love it. I like to make up songs a lot. So in our family, here's a little piece of personal information for me to close with this evening. If I haven't shared how much I love and adore my husband previously, or if it's not obvious when he's been on a live stream with me, I might be the luckiest girl alive as far as husbands go. I'm sure a lot of you ladies out there have great husbands. Wait, do I have your number, Susan? Wait, what? I have your number? Do I? Oh, we're going to have to talk about that. Okay. I really have the best husband in the whole wide world. So growing up in my house, music was a really big deal. We dance and we sing. I mean, nobody's like a singer, like a professional singer, although I have sung out some like at Red Square. I'm going to sing a couple places, Red Square and this place in Essex, and then On Tap, a couple songs with different friends' bands. So I sing. But we always grew up with figuratively. Oh, okay. Music, big deal in our household. We grew up dancing. Literally, we would have, especially like my parents would go out and my sisters were older and they were babysitting, and we would blast music like the Go-Go's, We Got the Beat, and Michael Jackson. It was the 80s. Janet Jackson, stuff like that. We would blast it. And at our house in Milton growing up, we had this long hallway, well, long-ish hallway, right? So it was like three bedrooms and a bathroom. So we would run down the hall and then run into the living room and slide across the carpet on the floor and just be like, boo, 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 boo. You know, we'd have our like, Danielle, my older sister, would play the drums to like We Got the Beat. So she would have wooden spoons that she would pound on our encyclopedias because she was the drummer. And so music was just a really big part of our household. And in our house, when we're all together as a family, if it's me and my mom and my sisters, my niece and nephew, if somebody says something that sounds like a song lyric, everyone at the table or in the room will start singing it. So if somebody were like, you know, We Got the Beat, everybody in time would be like, we got the beat, everybody get on your feet. Like everybody will literally just start singing that song. And I love that. And we would get like, we're kind of a wild family. So people get really overwhelmed, and we've never had any boyfriends or anything that would go along with stuff like that with us. And so then I met my husband, who grew up in a house where music was just as important and meaningful. And so now in our house, not only will we just start singing, if somebody says a song lyric, we'll just start singing it. Sarah, I'll show you in just a second. We'll start singing. We also like to ad-lib songs, and we just sing random crap that doesn't even make any sense. Like I'll just sing Whatever it is, I'm gonna say and give it some kind of ending or whatever. Or maybe it'll sound like another song. And my husband does the same exact thing. Or he'll answer in a song lyric. It is really hysterical. I had a point for telling you guys that story and I don't remember what it was, other than I love my husband and music is important. Sarah asks, what does my shirt say if I don't mind her asking? I don't mind you asking. Here. I wonder if I do this. Can you see? It says, I love Jesus, coffee, and naps. Naps. I love Jesus, coffee, and naps. My hubby got this for me. It's really funny. Because it's true. I do love Jesus, coffee, and naps. And Benjamin. It could say, I love Jesus, coffee, and Benjamin. All right. So that's it, guys. We're probably going to come back in June. We'll switch up the nights again. Like I said, website is getting revamped. If you've got some skills and you want to help build the channel, holler at me. New email address, generallyirritable@gmail.com, generallyirritable@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions for topics that we should cover or people that we should interview, definitely let me know. If you have folks that, especially if it's somebody that you can connect me to, like, oh, I think you should talk about the price of tea in China. Well, if you can't connect me to somebody who, it would be better if you know a person that you can connect me to, whatever suggestion it is that you have, because getting people who are willing to talk about stuff is challenging. Connecting with people can be challenging. So any help you guys can give me, the better. What am I forgetting? Go to Patreon. Support the channel. It'd be awesome. Hit like, share, subscribe. Depending on what platform you're watching. Like, share, and subscribe. That's a great way to help the channel. And oh my God, Kurt, hello. Kurt, you're awesome. Rye, thank you. I appreciate it. Now you make me want to go get a Reuben. Now I'm hungry for a Reuben sandwich because I keep thinking about rye. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, we'll see you next week with Brian Luna. As a reminder, check out our sponsors, Perihelion Design, perihelionvt.com. We got her a new website. Oh, I'll close with this here. We got her a new website address. I was picking on my sister because she started this jewelry company. She makes beautiful jewelry. And it's called Perihelion Design, which, like, nobody knows how to spell that. It's too complicated. And then her web address was perihelionvt.com. So my husband, did I mention how amazing my husband is? He went and bought another website, jewelryvt.com. He bought the domain jewelryvt.com, and it forwards to the same address because he's awesome. I love him. There, Perihelion Design. So check out our sponsor, Perihelion Design. Beautiful, beautiful artwork jewelry. Oh, that's a good question. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm actually we'll end with this. If anybody has an idea. So Christina wrote, any diner we could meet where we don't have to wear masks anywhere in the state. I'm wondering if there is a way to have a registry of businesses who are tired of this nonsense, where you can go and not wear a mask or not have to deal with the stupidity or be, told you have to have a vaccine or whatever. But I don't know how to do that in a way that is private so that you don't have shiesty people then getting a hold of the list. So like, what's a way that we can start? Would it be like a group? Could we start a group on Facebook and we just call it something like Unwoke Business Network? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. How could we do that where we can find other businesses to support without like outing people and getting them outed. Yes, exactly. Businesses are scared to be outed. That's an issue. So it's like, but maybe if we could start like a secret group and then everybody knew how many of us we actually are, people might be actually willing to stand up. We got to figure out a way to get to that. Telegram. I've heard of this Telegram. What I'm going to have to look into this. Kevin, you're probably like the 50th person to tell me to look at Telegram this week. That can't be a mistake. That's crazy. Okay, well, we'll come back for that. So check out perihelianvt.com, jewelryvt.com. Oh, yes. Okay, PM me, Susan. That's awesome. And then anybody that's got an idea, send me a PM and let's figure out a way to deal with this and get this going and take care of it. Because I think we can do it. I think we can figure out a way. Hello, Michael Valdez, future sponsor of Generally Irritable. As soon as he gets me my t-shirt. Slap a link on my page and I'll spread it to my Vermont groups. A link for if I start a group, a secret group, send you the link for it. Telegram is probably the next to be co-opted. Oh my God, don't tell me that. Okay. All right, guys. Have an awesome night. Have an awesome weekend. Hopefully we'll see you guys on Saturday or Sunday. As a reminder, I'll be speaking at the event in Letty Park on Sunday from 2 to 4. Tons of great stuff going on. If you do nothing else this weekend, I mean, I probably should tell you to come see me, but you should probably also or go to the 802 Freedom event on Saturday at the State House. Okay. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Oh, I'm not ready. Okay, really, bye.